Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Saitama Seibu Lions. Late schedule change for us as we were not able to get on to the earlier game, which would have been the 1 o'clock game in Japan time. It is a 2 o'clock game, and so we're going to feature the Lions and the Golden Eagles. And we'll first of all give you the starting lineup for the visitors from Tohoku. Leading off and playing in right field is number 51, Yuya Ogo. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 66, Itsuki Moribayashi. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Hideto Asamura. And the cleanup spot in left field is number 35, Hiroki Shimochi. Batting fifth at third base is number 7, Daichi Suzuki. Hitting sixth and playing first base is Yoshitaki Watanabe. Hitting seventh in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting eighth and doing the catching, number 70, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. And they're going to be facing Tetsuya Mai, who is 2-0 on the season. It has gone 7 innings in all of his 6 starts. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and we are underway at officially 2 o'clock Japan time. And no balls and 1 strike to Yuya Ogo. Ogo batting .303 on the season with a homer and 9 runs driven in. Waits on the offering from the right-hander Imai, and it's a split-finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. As we said, in the 6 starts by Imai, he has gone 7 innings or more in every single start. And on top of it, he has not thrown less than 100 pitches in every one of those starts. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a split finger that misses down. They appeal to the third base umpire, and they say that he goes. And that is going to retire Ogo on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Moribayashi. Well, for Moribayashi, he's hitting .271 on the season. He's got a homer and 10 runs driven in. Gets the nod at shortstop tonight for the Eagles. As the right-hander Imai ready to go. Looks like Imai's got a haircut. It will prevent his hat from falling off all over the place as he has had in previous seasons. First pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the shortstop Moribayashi. Right-hander Imai kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2 to Moribayashi. Imai has 46 strikeouts in 42 innings, so just over 1 per inning. He has that kind of stuff that can put hitters away. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the right-hander works to the set, now kicks and fires. Fastball misses down. Nice stop there by Kogo, but no runners on base. Kind of a waste in some ways. That's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here to the right-handed hitting Moribayashi as the right-hander Imai ready to go again. Holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. And the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. There are some games that have been postponed tonight into the NPB. So this game here that we are giving to you, as we said, that one, and there was also one in the Central League postponed as well. Fastball swung on and lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is the center fielder. That is going to be put away by Hiruma. So 2 gone here, as that will leave it all up to the DH, Hideto Asamura. So for Asamura, he is batting .242 on the season. He's got 4 homers and 21 runs driven in. Some in that series against the Marines, and you can see it was just starting to heat up. The captain of the Golden Eagles has been moved over to third base this year, as there's a fastball that's taken upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. They are wearing the pink. I assume that's the Mother's Day over in Japan as well, as that is what is going to be here in North America tomorrow. As that fastball swung on and missed, the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Yamai delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over and making the catch, not with ease, that's for sure, was Shota Hiranuma. That is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in the top of the first inning as they go quietly 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through a half inning. It is the Eagles nothing and the Lions coming to bat. Sticking around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the Lions top of the order coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and we'll give you the rundown for the batting order for Saitama. Leading off in left field is number 7, Yuji Kaneko. Hitting second will be the shortstop, number 6, Sosuke Genda, followed by the right fielder, number 31, Shota Hiranuma. And the fourth spot, it's Takiya Nakamura. He's the DH. Batting fifth is the second baseman, number 5, Shuta Tonosaki. Hitting sixth in center field is number 9, Takuya Haruma. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is number 22, Yuta Koga. Batting eighth at third base, it's number 10, Ryusi Sato, with the first baseman, number 99, Ryan Murata, batting at ninth. We are ready to get the bottom of the first going as Kishi is rocking into the windup and delivers a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Kaneko. Kaneko batting from the left side against the right-hander Kishi, and he swings at a fastball and grounds it softly to first. Fielded, and it is going to be the first baseman Watanabe who's going to win the race to the bag. And that is going to retire Kaneko on a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop Sosuke Genda. So 2 pitches and 1 away here. As the Golden Eagle right-hander has got himself ahead here. We did that game last night between the Marines and the Fighters, and boy, did that game skip along at a pretty good clip. Both of the starting pitchers in that game were absolutely electric through the first 5 innings. We got 4.5 innings done in an hour time. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to even at 1-1 to Genda. Kishi again delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. Genda batting .243 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on it is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. Fairly decent crowd today in Saitama for a Sunday afternoon ball game. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Genda as he waits here on the offering from Kishi. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lined into left field. This ball is going to get down. It's trouble. It is cut off by the left fielder Shimauchi, and he turns and fires into second base. But coming in with a double is the shortstop Genda, and the crowd and Saitama on their feet cheering on the home club. Genda with a 1-out double, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Shota Hiranuma. For Hiranuma, he's hitting .267 on the year. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. Getting the nod today in right field. So he bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Kishi. Haggling the bat, waiting here on the offering as the right-hander checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses. The count is 1-0. Just catching up on some of our statistical information here for the Lions. As we said, we had to do that quick pivot. Jump over to this game here. Whether you listen live or on delay, as we say, we appreciate those who come in and listen. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1 to Hiranuma. Right-hander ready to go again as he gets the sign from his catcher Ishihara. As the right-hander now, Kishi checks the runner and delivers. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. Right-hander works to the set. And Kishi ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over just past the bag at first base, and it just hopped foul. That's going to keep the count at 1-2 to Hiranuma. Takeo Nakamura waits his turn on deck. As we said, we were going to call that game between the Fighters and the Marines. That game is in the top of the fourth inning, and it's all locked up at 2s. Couldn't get on earlier. The game between the Hawks and the Buffaloes was canceled, as has been the Carp and the Dragons. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Hiranuma. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 60, Takeo Nakamura. And for Nakamura on the season, he's hitting an even 200, 5 homers and 7 runs driven in. But as we were mentioning, just a little bit of a time change for us. Couldn't quite get onto the call for that one. So I apologize to everybody who was expecting us to do that, but we had the 10 o'clock games in mind and thought that would have been one of them there tonight. So here comes the pitch to Nakamura. That's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Camping out underneath it is the left fielder Shimauchi, and he's there to make the catch, and that is going to do it, as that will retire the Lions in their half of the first inning. No runs in the inning. They did get the hit, the one-out double by Genda. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the top of the second inning. Your score is the Eagles 0 and the Lions 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Eagles. Shimauchi, Suzuki, and Watanabe to come to bat to face the right-hander Tetsuya Mai here in inning number 2. Our friend Gene Jew in the house tonight. He says the best NP coverage in English. Well, we appreciate that. And we hope that we can provide people some insight, whether you're here to listen to baseball because you love the game or whether you like to put a few nickels on it or a couple of yen maybe. That's okay too. As the first pitch breaking ball misses up and away, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Shimochi. Shimochi hitting .221 on the season, no homers and 11 runs driven in. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander Imai. He's swinging a pink bat himself. Fastball swung on, grounded over to second. Tonosaki fields it. He throws to first. And Shimochi's in the books on a groundout 4-3 for out number one. So one up and one away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. Lots of pink all over the field today, as we said. Mother's Day in North America and in Japan, they are celebrating. They've got a lot of pink there as well. The umpires are wearing almost like a camo pink. Some of the players are wearing wristbands, or in the case of Shimochi and Suzuki, swinging pink bats. First pitch fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Suzuki batting .239 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. Hitting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Imai, who kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch, waved at and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. We will pop up our schedule as we will be doing some more games over the next week. I try to do some late night games as well. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the right field line into the corner. This is going to be trouble. It's going to be extra bases as Suzuki is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double. So he's got himself a 1-out double, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yoshitaki Watanabe. So Watanabe stepping to the plate. He's batting .375 on the season, no homers and 1 RBI in limited at-bats. It's been busy over there at first base for Ryan Murata. He's had to dive to make a couple of plays, and I should say couple plays, dive, because there were balls that were grounded down the first baseline that wasn't able to get to, but they were foul. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, but you couldn't take the chance. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Imai ready to go again as he gets the sign from his catcher, Yuta Koga. And now he works to the belt. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Now he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, popped up in the infield. Moving over underneath it is the shortstop, Genda. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Watanabe for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. And for Tatsumi, he's batting .292 on the season. He's got himself a homer and 12 runs driven in. He bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Imai, and the first pitch is ready to come here. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit into the right center field gap. This ball is going to be trouble. It's going to get down. It's off the wall. And coming around third and heading home to score will be Suzuki. Tatsumi's digging for third, and he's going to reach it standing up. So Tatsumi with a triple and an RBI here to score Suzuki with the first run of the ball game. And that has put the Eagles out in front 1-0 here in the top of the second. Clutch 2-out hit here by Tatsumi to score that runner. So that's going to bring up the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. Ishihara coming to the plate, batting .245, couple homers and 6 RBIs. Wonder how our crowd would be tonight, although with the couple of rainouts, I have to say we weren't exactly expecting this. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the right-handed hitting Ishihara. Here comes the pitch. And it's a fastball that misses outside. Count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Ishihara. There's a ball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Again, Imai ready to go. He delivers a fastball that misses way outside. Count now goes to 3-1 on Ishihara. We saw Ishihara play last weekend, and he kind of reminds me of a Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays. Your typical catcher build, or at least your prototypical catcher build. So 3 balls, 1 strike it is. Here comes the offering. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and that's going to be ball 4. Ishihara's got himself a walk. That's going to put runners at the corners with 2 gone. That'll bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. And the infielders have come over to say a couple of things, or at least discuss what they're going to do in the first and third situation with Imai. So runners at the corners. 2 gone here. As Kobakata also swinging the pink bat, ready to come to bat here as Yutakoga gives the first and third defensive signs. So Kobakata steps in at the plate. This matchup here is probably not one of the sexier matchups, as we have the Golden Eagles, as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The Golden Eagles are 15-18-1, and the Lions are 12-22. Right-hander Imai ready to go again as he gets his sign from Yutakoga. The Lions are wallowing in last place in the Pacific League, and the Golden Eagles are floundering around as well, just a little bit better than that. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the first base side. Count now 0-2 to Kobakata. Golden Eagles find themselves in 4th place, 8.5 games back of the Hawks, half game ahead of the Buffaloes, and a game behind the Marines. Who would have thunk that the Fighters would be in 2nd place right now in the Pacific League? I would have projected them maybe next year to be fighting for a playoff spot. Breaking ball misses outside. Count goes to 1-2, but maybe they're a little bit ahead of the curve as they've been playing good baseball. Their defense, from what we saw last year, was their Achilles heel. It looks like their defense is playing a little bit better. Still making their errors, but just not as many as they were last year. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and fires, there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, we're going to try to get to a couple of more games in the latter part of the week. As we'll announce that, we might do some middle of the night games as well. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count now remains at 2-2 to Kobakata. Are going to be some midweek games coming up in the NPB, and we'll get those for you as they come available. There's going to be some Monday night games in North America, which would be the Tuesday games in Japan. As here comes the 2-2 to Kobakata. Breaking ball swung on, lifted into right field, moving back on it, and just in front of the warning track and making the catch is the right fielder Hiranuma, and that is going to do it here. But the Eagles score a run, and they threatened for more, though. But they were only able to capture one here in the second inning. One run on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and 2 runners left the board. We're through 1.5. Your score is the Golden Eagles 1 and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning, and it is going to be coming to bat. It'll be Tonosaki, Haruma, and Koga for the Lions here in inning number 2 to face right-hander Takayuki Kishi. Kishi knows this ball club well, as he had spent time with the Lions. We're talking the other night about the Lions having a difficulty being able to retain their stars. Some gone to the major leagues. Some have decided to find other pastures within the NPB, as the first pitch breaking ball misses for ball 1. Kishi delivers again. It's another breaking ball that misses. It's 2-0 now to Tonosaki. Think of the stars or the structure of players that they have lost. Think of Tomoya Mori in a trade, kind of getting not much in return. Fastball swung on, lined into left field, foul, just past the left field line by about 2 or 3 feet. Count 2-1 to Tonosaki. Akiyama and Kikuchi left for the big leagues. They traded Mori. They traded Yamakawa as well, but Yamakawa was pretty much cleaned out of any advertising when I was in Saitama last year. There was no sight of him. And he was the Pacific League home run champion in 2022. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-2 to Tonosaki. Right-hander Kishi rocking into the windup. He kicks and delivers. Fastball taken just below the knees for a ball. The catcher, Ishihara, had got up underneath it and had framed the pitch. Wanted the call, and he stuck it there for the umpire to see. That was quite the message he was sending, because I do believe he would have had him on strikes. But there is a fastball taken for a called third strike. Tonosaki watched that one go by for out number 1. It's the second strikeout in the books here for Kishi, as he's doing the slow walk back to the dugout. If you're Tonosaki, kind of probably wondering a little bit, because the first pitch looked like it was in a very similar location to that one. And the first one was called a ball. Well, that's going to bring up Takuya Haruma to the plate. And he swings at the first pitch, and he lifts this one down the right field line, but it's just going to hook foul. Count is quickly 0-1. He's batting .429 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. So Haruma here batting with 1 gone in the bottom half of the second inning. And here's the pitch from Kishi. Breaking ball, waved that and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. Right-hander Kishi delivers. There's a fastball that just comes inside at the knees, and the count now is 1-2 to Haruma. Haruma to be followed by Yuta Koga here in the second inning. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch, waved that and missed. But it looked like they called that a foul ball or foul tip. I want to see that one again. I didn't think he was close. See that there. Boy, oh boy, I don't think so. So still going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes to Haruma. As the right-hander Kishi again rocks into the delivery. Breaking ball swung on. This one's tap foul behind home plate. Count still remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the left-handed hitting Haruma waits. There's a fastball that misses way outside. The count goes to 2-2. And we got Tyler in here. How you doing? Yet it is a slow night for us tonight. Sorry we were not catching up into this. Not a lot of people for this turnout, that's for sure, as that ball was fouled away by Haruma. But that's okay. We'll still plow through it and share the game with you. 2-2 pitch as a fastball swung on it is hit through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to be a base hit, and Haruma's going to be aboard with a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yuta Koga. So for Koga, he strides to the plate, hitting .300 on the year, homer and 5 RBIs. Talking a little bit about how the Lions had lost some players through free agency or trades or whatever that might be. And Yuta Koga, in a lot of ways, was really exposed when Maury had broken his hand a couple of years ago when he had, I think, punched a helmet or punched a wall, whatever it was, in frustration. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Koga. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-handed hitting Koga, ready to get the offering here from the right-hander. New kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Lions and Eagles tonight, as both of these teams are not exactly in great positions. As we said earlier, the Lions are in last. The 4th place are the Golden Eagles. I would think that the Golden Eagles will be fighting the Marines. That was my spot for the 3rd playoff spot. Fastball swung on and is grounded through the 6-hole into left field, and Koga's aboard with a single. Stopping at second is Haruma, and now the Lions have got something going here in their half of the second inning, and that's going to bring up Ryusuke Sato. And for Sato, he's hitting .224 on the season. He's got a homer and 11 RBIs. As we take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll try to do that, as we said, there's not as many games tonight now, especially in action. There's only one game that goes off much later, and that is going to be at the Jinju. It's going to be the Swallows and the Giants. That game will go off at 6 o'clock Japan time, 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. Bottom of the second inning in the Central, it's 0-0 Bay Stars and Tigers. Carp and Dragons have been postponed. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Sato. Top of the 5th inning, 3-3 Fighters and the Marines. The game between the Hawks and the Buffaloes also canceled tonight. Curious to see if any of these games would be made up tomorrow, potentially. Maybe a late or another addition to the schedule. Breaking ball misses down and away. Usually they do a lot of their makeup games at the end of the season, which I'm not always sure why. I think I'd rather be playing in this kind of weather. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if there's any type of announcement like that for next week. Certainly, as of right now on the NPB master schedule, there is no games for Monday. Fastball swung on, grounded to short. They go to second for one, back to first. And that's going to be an inning-ending double play. That's going to go in the books as a 6-4-3 double play. It erased Koga at second for the second out, and Sato on the back end for out number 3. No runs in the inning. They had a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. We are now through 2 complete innings. Your score is the Golden Eagles 1 and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of inning number 3 when we get back. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the third inning. It's going to be Yuya Ogo, Atsuki Moribayashi, and Hideto Asamura, the 1-2-3 hitters in the batting order. You come to that to face the starter, Tetsuya Imai. Imai at 30 pitches through the first 2 innings. Right on the mark you want to try to live at as a pitcher. There's a fastball that misses down to Ogo, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander. Imai ready to go again. He works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. This is the dog days of the NPB for us. As we said, we're going to try to get ourselves some more ball games upcoming here. We were looking at the number of games that we have done, and this is, I think, number 25 or number 26. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now is 2-1 to Ogo. As we are here on May the 12th, Japan time, I try to get ourselves some more games moving forward. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yuya Ogo. Right-hander Imai ready to go again, and now he steps off the backside of the rubber and he reaches down for the rosin bag. I remember a couple of years ago when balls used to fly out of Imai's hands, there used to be this big puff of rosin that would follow with it. I think they've made some moves in the NPB to stop some of that stuff, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 3-2. and somewhat rightfully so. Be distracting for the hitters. Tough enough to hit, let alone have to see this big puff of white come out behind the ball. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and that's going to be ball 4. Ogo is aboard with a leadoff walk, and that is going to bring up the shortstop Itsuki Moribayashi. What we are looking forward to is doing some interleague play, and that is going to be coming up in the not-so-distant future. You're looking at the game schedule as it'll kick off toward the end of the month. It'll, in fact, start off on May 28th. We're just sort of perusing to see exactly who we would probably want to call. Probably looking at the Giants and the Hawks. That's what we're looking at to kick it off on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday, middle of the night. There is Moribayashi now at the plate. Am I ready to go? Here comes the first offering, and instead he flips it over and diving back in time as the base runner. So Moribayashi tonight 0 for 1. He flew up to center field his first time up. As the right-hander, am I ready to go again? Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and off to the races was Ogo, and he's going to steal second base easily. That's going to be his 10th of the year. Eagles have some guys who can run. Ogo, that's his 10th. Kobakata's got 11. Katsumi's only got 3, but he can run a little bit too. Not necessarily the best timing for being a base stealer. Ogo this year, by our books, has only been thrown out 1 time. So he is the runner at second base here in scoring position for Moribayashi, and the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander waggles the bat. And the righty Imai working himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Waggling the bat here is the right-handed hitting Moribayashi, and here comes the 2-1 offering. As the right-hander Imai kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that comes inside, and it hits Moribayashi. That's going to put him aboard. Now the Eagles have got runners at first and second with nobody out, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Hideto Asamura. It's also going to bring in the infield to come in and have a conference with Imai on the mound. Looking at our scheduling, we are probably going to be on the call for one of the games, either between the Fighters and the Lions, or the Golden Eagles and the Hawks. That'll be a game that we'll do on Monday American time at 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight Eastern. We were hoping to try to get on the one on Tuesday night, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to make that work. It'll have to be a late decision if we're going to get either of those in. As here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside to Asamura, and the count is quickly 1-0. Eagle fans in good form here tonight. As they are cheering on their road team here that they have followed. The pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count now go to 1-1 on Asamura. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. There's a fastball that misses down, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. We're trying to hope to get ourselves maybe a Bay Stars Tigers feed as we're checking out stuff in the background, but one of our problems is that the feed itself is very, very choppy, very, very slow. We'd have to try to get ourselves something reliable to be able to do that. Not sure why that would be. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Asamura. So 1-0 for the Tigers in the third inning over the Bay Stars, and they're threatening with 2 out. They've got runners at second and third. As here we are, Imai ready to go again. He's got runners at first and second and nobody out. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Now the count runs still even at 2-2 to Asamura. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the big fella here gets into the box, ready to go again. Eagles threatening here. Scored a run in the second inning with the 1-out double by Suzuki. We're threatening for some more, but they weren't able to cash in. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Asamura goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. So Tetsuya Mai trying to wiggle himself out of a jam here. And our friend Tyler, who popped in, said it was a quiet night. It is indeed. Maybe it's Saturday night, date night for a lot of people. Maybe a lot of people are just saying we don't want to listen to the Lions and the Eagles. Have to try to pick up some other feeds along the way for ourselves. There's a fastball swung on. It has popped up into shallow left field. Racing back is Genda coming in as the left fielder and making the catch is going to be Yuji Kaneko. And he throws that ball back into the infield. That's going to retire Shimochi for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. And for Suzuki, he doubled and scored the only run here in this game as he was brought home on an RBI triple by Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Suzuki coming to bat here. He's raised his season average to over 240 now as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Imai. And here comes the first pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. With that base hit, he's raised his average to 247. Still no homers and 6 runs batted in. Does not quite have 100 at-bats yet, does Suzuki. So here comes the 0-1 offering as the right-hander now kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander ready to go. That's the one thing I've often wondered is all of the NPB games, I know they all start at 6 o'clock local time. Would have wondered if they would have maybe staggered some of the starts across their leagues, even mixed the odd more day game in. There's not a ton of day games in the midweek in the NPB. And certainly on the weekend to try to scatter some games. As there's a fastball that misses down. A good stop there by Koga. Count goes to 1-2. There are a lot of people who are fans of baseball. If you had a game at 1 o'clock, a game at 4, and a game at 7 on the weekend, you can have different times where people are tuning in to watch your product. But if you're not spreading your stuff around, then it becomes a bit of a challenge. So this week, a couple of midweek games, early games. So the right-hander ready to go again as Mai works himself to the set position. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. As a fastball swung on it, is popped up into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder Hiranuma, and he's going to be there to make the catch. And Suzuki's gone for the third out of the inning. They threaten, but they don't score. A leadoff walk and a hit by pitch. But the Eagles not able to bring one of those runners home. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, but 2 runners left aboard. That's 4 through 3 for the Golden Eagles. Their score as we move to the bottom of the third inning, it is Tohoku 1 and the Lions no score. We'll be back in just a few, everybody, with all the action. Friend Eris is listening at work tonight. Appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you hanging in here. It's not much, just us. It's like we're talking to the walls, but Eris is in here, so we're glad you are here with us, and we'll stick around for you as well tonight. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat here for the Lions. The first pitch is delivered to Rion Murata, and it's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Murata is 1 for 3 in his NPB career, as he is getting a start here tonight. Fastball swung on, rolled over to short, fielded by Muribayashi. He throws to first, and Murata is gone on a groundout, 6-3. So 1 gone here in the third inning, and that brings up the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko. And for Kaneko, he is 0 for 1. He grounded the first his only time up, as he tries to bat here to face the right-hander Kishi. There's not been a ton of, what I would say, a ton of base runners for the Lions here. They've had 1 in the first. They had a couple in the second, but raced on a double play. There's Tyler. There's a split-figure pitch, swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-1 to Kaneko. Slow night at the office. Tyler, Eris is listening in with us, so we got you 2 guys here. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. As we said, there's a couple other folks have poked their head in and out, but it is a slow Saturday night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Everybody must be all hungover from the Northern Lights if you got a chance to see them last night. We didn't see it here, but I guess they were pretty spectacular, even in our area. Fastball misses inside, and the count goes to 2-1. I guess I should have walked out at around 12:30 at night, our time, to see what was on display. Here's the 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. The count is 2-2. They said that you could see them all the way down to the state of Alabama. Quite the impressive display. Some of the online pictures didn't look real. They looked almost like it was a spray paint art. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Kaneko had to go get some more spray for the bat. Not all, but most of the players are using the pink bats tonight. Some even have some pink trim as well. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul over the third base dugout, and the count remains at 2-2 to Kaneko. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sosuke Genda waits in the on-deck circle here, as he would follow Kaneko here in inning number 3. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. And Kaneko's going to be aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up Genda. So the Lions have something to cheer about here. That's their 4th hit of the ball game. They've had nothing to show for it yet. So for Genda tonight, he is officially 1 for 1. He doubled in the first inning, but he was stranded there at second base with that 1-out double. Friend Tyler says, love our dedication to the broadcasting, whether it's 1 or 1,000 people. Yeah, sometimes we get folks that come in and listen to the game the next day. And so we appreciate that too. Sometimes I wonder though, like tonight, it was a long day today, and I was like, I don't know if we're going to do the game or not. And I couldn't get the earlier time to get the Fighters and the Marines. I'm sure that would have been a much more entertaining ball game as by the looks of it right now. Lots of scoring in that one as there's the fastball ticket for a called strike. It's now 4-3 Marines. And no balls and 1 strike here to Genda. A ball game it is 4-3 in the top of the 6th inning. So if you had the under in the first 5 in that one, you probably lost out there. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back just in front of the warning track and making the catch is the right fielder Ogo. And Genda is going to be gone for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Shota Hiranuma. Or Shota Hiranuma, I should say. Scores from the other game that's going on, 1-0 Tigers in the top of the 4th inning. Game was in Yokohama. They had, when we last looked in, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Our friend Tyler says, pray for his parlay, Bay Stars, Lions, and Swallows. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Shota Hiranuma. Well, the Lions with Amaya on the mound here, that to me was, it's got all the markings for a trap game. I think we picked the Lions. And just the way that he's pitched, he's been absolutely brilliant and only has 2 wins to show for it. Diving back to first base is Kaneko as the throw comes over from Kishi. Fortunately, when we do these games, you don't get to pick and choose how many people you get to your audience. That's okay. As we said, whether it's 1 or 1,000, there's a ball that's golfed into right field. This ball is going to get down. Fielding it is the right fielder Ogo, and moving all the way around to 3rd is the base runner Kaneko. So that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 gone. That's going to bring up the designated hitter Takia Nakamura. Tyler says, always take our picks. We know the game. Like to be a little bit better with our picks. In some ways, we don't always get when we put the picks out, we're doing it pretty much on the basis of the pitchers, who the starting pitchers are. We don't get a chance to look at the lineups because the lineups really don't come out till an hour or so before the game. I have to say, I saw the Golden Eagle lineup posted before it got onto the NPB site. They put theirs up on Instagram on one of their, I guess it's a reel. And that can tell you a lot. If you've got guys that are resting, guys that are playing, who are the regulars, who are the guys that are getting the day off. The statistics that they have in Major League Baseball, wins above replacement. can be applied here in the NPB as well. What is the value of a player if you take him out of the game and insert somebody else into his spot? Does it lower your chances or increase your chances of success? There's a fastball delivered to Nakamura. This ball is lifted into center field. This ball is going to get down in front of Tatsumi. That's going to get a run in. Rounding second and heading to third is Hiranuma, and that's going to be an RBI single for Nakamura. It's going to be his 8th RBI of the year. Stopping at third, Hiranuma, and Kaneko crosses the plate with the first run here for the Lions, and we're all locked up at ones. So 1-1 the scoreline here in the bottom of the third inning. That's going to bring the second baseman Shuta Tonosaki to the plate. And for Tonosaki, he's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out looking his first time up. So one thing with Kishi is it's never an easy inning with him. You can get you the first 2 outs, and he just can't seem to put the third one away. He had allowed coming into tonight's game 39 hits in 30 2/3 innings. Here's the first pitch to Tonosaki. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. And as we said, we considered this game tonight to be a bit of a trap game. Do you make the pick on this one here for Amaya? It looks like he is the sexy pitcher. Or do you fade the Eagles in this one? That was the conundrum here from the get-go. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-0. Lions have tied the game here in the bottom of the third inning. This was with 2 outs as it was back-to-back singles from Hiranuma and then Nakamura to put the Lions out in front as Kaneko had cashed in the first run. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Tonosaki. As the right-hander ready to go, he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. We also had a pretty warm day here by our standards, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Lots of sunshine here in the Pacific Northwest, but it's going to bring back down into the 60s tomorrow and the rest of the week. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And Tonosaki's going to walk, and that's going to load the bases. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Takuya Hiruma. Well, for Hiruma tonight, he is 1 for 1. He had a single his first time up. He was left stranded in the second inning. It was an 8-pitch at bat for the young starting center fielder of the Lions. On the season, Hiruma is 4 for 8 now, batting an even .500. So bases are full of Lions. And the youngster at the plate here, the first offering from Kishi is ready to come. As he checks the runners. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Tyler says, love a good rally. Well, what happens is it seems like they get an out or a couple outs, and then it's like a 2-out rally happens, but as the right-hander works set again here comes the pitch from Kishi. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and now Hiruma finds himself in the hole at 0-2. This game here does not have the pace of last night's game. Last night's game, 4.5 innings were done in under an hour. We're at an hour and 4 minutes here, and we're not out of the third inning yet. Yet the score is only 1-1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Eagles. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Lions. Who's going to blink first in this one? Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Kishi delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the third baseline. Count remains at 0-2 to Haruma. So no balls and 2 strikes. Crowd is waving their Lions flags tonight. I have to say, one thing about going to the games in Saitama, they do have a pretty crowd. I actually like the team colors too. The white and the blue in their gift shop. They've got a lot of good stuff. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. Looking at the exchange rate. US dollar to yen. For 1 US dollar, you get yourself 155 yen. That's how it shows it's trading at. So 155 yen. What can you get for that kind of price? Well, you could go and have a bowl of ramen for about $5. That's unbelievable. Fastball misses inside. Count goes to 1-2 on Haruma. So you can't get a bowl of ramen for much less than about $18 in the Pac Northwest. That's just standard. No bells and whistles, just pretty much a standard ramen. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander works himself to the set. And now the pitch is on the way. Breaking ball, that misses down and in. And the count now goes to 2-2 on Haruma. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Tyler says, ramen, that's our insane here. Yeah, the price is unbelievable, but it's $5 for a bowl of ramen in Japan pretty much now in US money. I mean, you can't beat that. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander Kishi kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This is belted foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 2-2. That ramen is insane there. Yeah, absolutely. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded past the glove of the pitcher. They're going to have to hurry. The throw to first is not in time, and that's going to cash a run in. And that is going to be more than likely a base hit. It got underneath the glove of Kishi. Haruma legged it out down the line, and he gets himself an RBI on that one. As it is going to be Hiranuma who crosses the plate. So Haruma and Hiranuma combining for the run, and it's going to put the Lions up 2-1 here. Advancing to third is Nakamura. Stopping at second is Tonosaki. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yuta Koga. My friend Tyler says, I feel like it's so mass-produced that the good ones aren't really well-known. You know, I never really buy much store-bought ramen. The only ramen that I get is there's a product, I don't even know how to say it. It's all in Japanese. And I get it specially ordered. And it's the noodles and the broth, and I put all my other stuff into it. I really enjoy it. But for the most part, I don't do anything with that. Here comes the first offering here to Koga. As Kishi kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. But the store-bought noodles and ramen, it's just, I guess, second rate in a lot of ways in most cases. But you get an opportunity to go to Japan. There's certainly Ichiran. Ichiran is a chain restaurant. It's kind of neat. I didn't actually eat in Ichiran last year when I went. There's another place called Ippudo, and also didn't eat there. Just tried some of the local stuff. Fastball swung on, it's popped up into left field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Shimouchi, and that is going to do it, as that is going to end the inning here. They sent 8 batters to the plate in the inning to the Lions. They cash in with a couple of runs. There was 2 runs on 4 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. They couldn't have done more damage. Unfortunately, they do take the lead here for Saitama. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Our friend Tyler says he's not a ramen snob. Noodles and broth is what I was raised on. Absolutely. Got to love that. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few, as it is a 2-1 lead now for the Lions. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It's 2-1, guys. We're going to go refresh our iced tea, and we're going to leave you with our friend Matt. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a few.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're a little late getting back into the saddle, as it is going to be Watanabe to lead it off here for the Golden Eagles. They'll be followed by Tatsumi and Ishihara. The first pitch was fouled away by Watanabe, and now he swings at a fastball and lifts it over toward third. Oh, boy. Ryusi Sato ran full tilt into the wall and into the netting down left field line. Can't say he wasn't trying to go after that one, but sometimes you got to play smart. He could have got himself hurt there. No balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman of the Golden Eagles. Watanabe is 0 for 1 tonight. He popped to short his first time up. As the right-hander Imai ready to go again. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This is going to be grounded off the glove of the diving second baseman Shuta Tonosaki into center field. And Watanabe is aboard with a single. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. I was talking about ramen, certainly in Japan, and getting a chance. And, you can pretty much go to all kinds of different places. And it's kind of interesting. Some of the people that I talked to, I remember there's some of the Japanese that are here in the area. They have a large Japanese population in the lower mainland of British Columbia. And some folks say they eat it all the time, and some folks say they never eat it at all. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses low to Tatsumi. And that's the Japanese. Some people will say they don't like it because there's too much, sometimes salt in the product, depending upon where you get it or how it's made. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. All I know is that certainly enjoy a good bowl of it. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1 on Tatsumi. Tatsumi 1 for 1 tonight. He tripled his first time up and drove in a run. 13 RBIs here for the Eagles center fielder this season now. Looks like it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be hard pressed to see a 3-up, 3-down inning. on my score sheet. The Eagles were retired that way in the first inning, and every inning it's been hits or errors to get on. There's a ground ball hit to the right side of the infield. Diving was the first baseman, Murata, to try to make the play. It got by him, but Tonosaki was able to field it and throw the ball to the pitcher covering. So that's going to go down as a ground out, 4-1 on the putout. You don't see that every day. That's going to erase the center fielder Tatsumi. It's going to advance the runner to second base in Watanabe. We get the replay of it, and it was a bang-bang play. Imai just got in there just before the batter runner touched the ground. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. And for Ishihara tonight, he has walked his first trip up. As we said, when we try to paint the picture, he looks like a Alejandro Kirk. That's his body type. First pitch, fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. We saw him play last weekend. He deposited a home run into the seats against the Marines. So he's a little bit on the portly side. As the right-hander holds to the set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Ishihara as our friend CB Baseball card collector in the house tonight. Welcome you to the stream. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Ishihara. They do have the open base over at first base, which would set up the fours. I think if you're facing the 8-hole hitters, I think you want to try to take your chances with them. I don't know if CB stuck around or if it's a hit and run tonight, but we appreciate you for stopping in. Here comes the 3-0 pitch as the right-hander Imai holds to the set. Checks the runner at second. There's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work as Imai holds the ball set at the belt. And here comes the pitch. Fastball, that's taken for a called strike. The count now runs full to Ishihara. Two-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Lions are ahead of the Buffaloes. Lions are ahead of the Eagles. Eagles jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning after Daichi Suzuki was brought home by Ryosuke Tatsumi on a RBI triple. But the Lions were able to respond with 2 of their own in the 3rd inning. That has given them a lead. There's a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. I'm not sure what Ishihara was looking at, but he was definitely looking at a fastball that cut right down the middle. He's going to be gone for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. It was really, really strange indeed. That pitch sawed the plate right in half, and it looks like we're going to have a change here. So I wonder what happened there. The center or the right fielder, Hiranuma, is coming out of the ball game. And he's heading right down into the tunnel. I don't know if he's feeling well or what the deal is, but you don't see that all that often as a substitute in the middle of the inning. Looks like it's going to be Shinya Hasegawa coming into right field to replace him. So it makes you wonder if he wasn't feeling well, because he seemed to run off the field under his own power pretty well. Looks like a direct swap into right field. So Hiranuma, who had the hit and scored the run in the last inning, his game is over. And Shinya Hasegawa now in right field. And here comes the pitch to Hirota Kobakata as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and pot foul down the left field line. Also kind of makes you wonder if maybe he had maybe an upset stomach or something along those lines. Sometimes the players might not necessarily feel 100%. So no balls and one strike here to Kobakata as the right-hander Imai holds to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to first. Fielded neatly by the first baseman Murata, and he's going to step on the bag, and that's going to do it. Ground out to 3. Well, they had a leadoff single, but they couldn't capitalize. No runs, no hits. Sorry, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 1 runner left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is a 2-1 lead for the Lions. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Lions here in the last half of the 4th inning. UC Sato, Rion Murata, and the top of the order, Yuji Kaneko, to face the right-hander Takayuki Kishi, who is on for inning number 4. 2-7-0 for the Lions. 1-3-0 is the line score for the Eagles. As we are here in inning number 4, and the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Sato tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play his first time up. And there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Coming in and dropping the ball is the right fielder, Yuya Ogo, and reaching safely at first base. Oh boy, that error went up pretty quick. That's going to be E9. Hit Ogo in a bad spot right in the hands. And that is going to put the runner Sato at first, and it's going to bring up the first baseman, Rion Murata. Oh, boy. That was one ugly-looking play. You're right in front of your home crowd as well. It's not like I shouldn't say your home crowd, your visiting supporters. I can only imagine they probably just went aghast. It would drive you crazy as a pitcher. Now you got to get 4 outs to get 3 in the inning. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side to count as 0-1 to Murata. Murata 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. 1 for 4 in his NPB career. Batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Kishi. As the right-hander holds himself to the set and now delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. That didn't take very long for the scorer to put up an error on that one. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, waved out and missed. Count now goes to 1-2 on Murata. He didn't take a little bit off. He took a ton off of that pitch. 108 kilometers an hour. And for those of you at home, that's about 65 miles an hour. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander Kishi holds set. And here's the pitch. Fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Our friend Titus in the house here. We welcome you. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. Its chop foul. It's past the advertising there on the third base line, and the count remains at 1-2 to Murata. I wouldn't mind an official update on why it was that Hiranuma left the ballgame, but I'm going to say it was probably some sort of discomfort. Our friend God is Great says he'll be listening. We appreciate you for being here and for listening in. Late arriving crowd tonight. Breaking ball swung on and chopped foul behind home plate, and the count remains a 1-2. I was thinking for a little bit there, why am I here? I'm talking to the walls, and then our friend Tyler came in and Eris came in. So maybe not necessarily talking to the walls tonight now. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is to the 9-hole hitter, Rian Murata, as the right-hander Kishi ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Murata goes in the books. He's gone for out number 1. So that is going to bring up the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko. For Kaneko, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He has singled and scored a run, and he's grounded to first. The run that Kaneko scored was the first run for the Lions that tied the ball game. He was brought home on an RBI single by Takeya Nakamura. So the runner Sato establishes his lead over at first. Kaneko batting from the right from the left side, waggling the bat. He squares to bunt, and he pops it foul right behind home plate. Count 0-1. Kaneko, with that hit in the 3rd inning, has raised his season average to 265. He's got a couple homers and 8 runs driven in. It was like a bunt and run. The runner, Sato, was running as the ball was bunted foul. Now the right-hander Kishi holds set. Here comes the pitch. And instead, he throws over to first base, and getting back in time easily as the base runner. That was a bit of a token toss. It certainly wasn't the A move of Kishi. So right-hander gets the left-hander. Kishi works himself to the set. Runner at first is Sato. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up, and the count now goes to 1-1. 71 pitches already here in the 4th inning for the right-hander Kishi. It's not been an easy night for him. He has had to his share of work. I'd be curious to see if he could get through the 5th inning. I think they'll probably roll him out for 1 more. Not so sure I like the Saitama Seibu Lions bullpen, but I also think that the bullpen of the Golden Eagles may not be that far behind for futility, as that ball swung on and popped foul over on the first base side. The count is going to remain at 1-2. What I mean by that is that last year, when you think about it, the Golden Eagles had Matsui for the 9th. They usually had Chihao Sung, and they had Enraku that would come out of the bullpen out of the 7th and 8th innings. Pretty good way to slow it down. Well, Chihao Sung is still there. Matsui is pitching for the San Diego Padres, and they had fired Enraku because he was bullying his teammates, as word had come out of Japan after the season. Basically released them. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming hard is Shimochi. He makes the catch. And that is going to force the runner Sato to retreat back to first. So 2 gone here. They might be able to wiggle themselves around the error, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Sosuke Genda. And for Genda tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a double in 2 trips. He's also flown to right. So Genda batting from the left side. With the knock he's had tonight, he's raised his season average to 248. Right-hander Kishi leans in and gets the sign from his catcher. And now he's ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Genda. That's a nice pitch there by Kishi. Really locks up the hitters. It's 12-6, and it's almost got a bit of a teardrop to it, as it just floats across the plate. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Kishi working to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This is going to be lined over the head of the shortstop into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Genda with his second knock of the night. That's going to advance Sato over to second. And that is going to bring up the new right fielder in Shinya Hasegawa. And with that substitution, we got to kind of peek in to see exactly what Hasegawa is doing as well. But as I said, I'm not really sure why he was entered in the ball game, unless it was maybe some sort of discomfort for Hiranuma. I don't know if we saw why specifically, maybe why he had to been released or removed from the game. But Hasegawa struggled out of the gate this year. He's batting 122. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. This is the 3rd year he's been with the Lions. He was a 2nd-round pick in the 2020 development draft. Had his birthday last week. He turned 22 years old. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Kishi. He starts him with a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Hasegawa. Our friend CV said, did you say he was a bully? Or did he miss here? No, that's exactly what it was. Apparently, Enraku was bullying his teammates. I can only imagine what that would be like, or what he would be doing to do that. There's a breaking ball that misses down, but it wasn't just one teammate. We're talking a bunch. Actually, I can tell you some interesting stories. I had a buddy of mine who was a teammate with a fella that we were with locally. I'm not going to say who the player's name was, but it was a New York Mets story. And if you remember David Weathers, I believe, who was the 1st-round pick of the Mets, and if I'm not mistaken, he's got his son, Ryan Weathers. I think it was Weathers who's the one that we're talking about. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. If this ball stays fair, it's going to be trouble, and it's going to be gone. A 3-run homer for Shinya Hasegawa. And that is going to extend the Lions' lead to 5-1. I guess that's one way to bring you in, or to make an announcement. Hiranuma out and Hasegawa in, and he deposits a 3-run shot into the left field seats and extends the Lions' lead to 5-1. And that'll bring up the designated hitter in Takeya Nakamura. Well, I started telling the story about Weathers. As I said, it was Weathers. I'm pretty sure it was Weathers, because he was a Mets pick. David West, I believe, was a Minnesota Twins guy, but it has to do with the Mets. First pitch fastball that misses up and away. And so what had happened was this particular player, was, I think, maybe a 28th or 30th round draft pick at the Mets when they used to go those high drafts. And they were playing an A-ball together. There's a fastball that's taken for a ball, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Nakamura. And what had ended up happening was this particular player was a 28th round pick. was getting harassed by Weathers because Weathers was a little bit jealous. This other guy had won 2 or 3 ball games and was pitching really well. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and he was jealous. And what had ended up happening is they went on a road trip, and the other player that Weathers was harassing went to the manager and said, I don't know where my spikes are at. My spikes aren't here. I must have forgot them. Fastball lifted to center field, and that is going to be hauled in. And Nakamura is going to be gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And I'll come back and tell the story in its full duration. But there were 3 runs in the inning on the 3-run homer by Shinya Hasegawa. There was 2 hits, there was an error, and there were nobody left aboard. We're moving now to the top of the 5th inning. Hang with us, everybody. I'll come back and tell you that rest of that story in its entirety when I return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. I was starting to tell the story a little bit about David Weathers and the particular player. So this 28th or 30 round draft pick was feeling jealous toward him because the player had gotten off to a good start. And so he was messing with the guy's head, shows up on a road trip and doesn't have his shoes, ended up finding out later that it was Weathers. But in the meantime, he ended up getting fined, and the coach there was a problem. And then next thing you know, about 2-3 weeks later, they go on another road trip, and his glove's missing. This particular pitcher, as the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Yuya Ogo, it misses outside for a ball. And so what ended up happening was Weathers was jealous of his teammates' success, couldn't stand it, as he was a bonus baby and had received a lot of money, but wasn't getting the glory at that time of the Pro Bowl. And there was a breaking ball missing outside. So anyways, in Raku, the pitcher we were talking about for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, he was harassing his teammates, bullying them and doing different things, which was kind of funny. Well, I say funny, but kind of sad at the time. And as I say, funny, not in the ha-ha sense, as that breaking ball swung on and missed. And so the Golden Eagles did an investigation, and they canned him. And it was right around the time they were going to do their Eagles Fest, or whatever they call it, in Tohoku, and he was gassed, and he was removed from their websites and gone. As that fastball misses way outside, the count is now 3-1. So it makes you wonder what he was doing to his teammates to get himself into that kind of predicament. And you certainly don't want that in your clubhouse. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Imai works himself to the set. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count now goes to 3-2 on Ogo. But you hear that from time to time with players, and they'll mess with the other guy's heads. And of course, that particular player had to pay a fine because he forgot his glove, paid another fine because forgot his shoes. Well, he didn't forget them. He had them pilfered by that teammate. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded by Genda in the 6th hole. He throws to first. Ogo's gone, ground out 6-3. He's in the books for the 1st out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Muribayashi. Another situation over time and you think of different things. Remember, was it Ruben Rivera who had stolen Derek Jeter's glove and tried to make a sale? Well, the Yankees had another player, Canadian kid, Jake Sanford, who was stealing his teammates' stuff and then selling the stuff online. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. And so what happened was his collectors were ratting him out or calling him out, saying, hey, look, he sold me stuff, promised it was going to be here, and he hasn't delivered. There's a fastball swung on, it's lifted foul, slicing into the seats down the right field line, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Murray Biashi. You can only imagine why somebody would want to do that. You're a player who got himself a lot of money, actually, did that. Sanford, I want to say he got himself close to $500,000 signing bonus, and you're out there trying to steal your teammates' equipments and selling them online. As the fastball that misses down, the count now goes to 1-2 on Murray Biashi. My friend says, yeah, Ruben was cut, and so was Sanford. Sanford, the last time I saw, he was playing in an independent league somewhere. Out of sight, out of mind. But as I said, he had got like about a $400,000, $500,000, $500,000 bonus. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-2. I guess the Yankees didn't give him enough money, and I have to say, he wasn't a bad player either. He was absolutely pounding the ball. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Murray Biashi. He goes in the books for the second out of the inning. Our friend CBS Sanford Mo, it was Jake Sanford with the Yankees. And he also says you're supposed to sell what you have, not what you're getting. Yeah, especially when you don't ask your teammates for it. And you start selling their stuff. It's crazy. First pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Speaking of crazy, because our friend CV's in here, and he knows the Bowman baseball cards are out. I ripped a hobby box of it. We had some fun doing it. But one of the things that is in the box is one of the kids who played for me a few years ago, and fastball swung on and fouled away. And I was talking to his dad. His dad sent me a picture. He's got a Bowman first card with the Blue Jays organization, and that's Sam Shaw. And the last time we looked at it, they had a autographed card for $480 in Canadian money up on eBay. Fastball misses outside. The count is 1-2. So I would say 480 is probably in the neighborhood of about 325 US, or maybe 350. 350 is probably more realistic. Anyways, he has his card up on eBay. Somebody's selling it for that particular price. The dad couldn't believe it. I was telling people that the rookies, at least where he is, because he was a 9th round selection of the Blue Jays, and they come in, they ask the guys if they want to sign, and they get paid. He got paid $1 an autograph. So he signed 8,000 autographs, and he picked up $8,000. There's a fastball swung on his lifted foul down the right field line into the netting, and the count is 1-2. So sports card collectors, the people don't like the stickered on-card autos. But what happens is they would get him to sign the stickered autos in most cases, because he'd go in there and he'd sign, and then what would happen is they maybe issue 1,000 autographs this year. Like there's 150 of his signatures in Bowman. Then there's going to be pro debut, and then there's probably going to be the minor league heritage. So they might issue, who knows, 500 of his autographs this year, but they've got in the bank 7,500. So if he does end up making it and he does end up getting big, they don't have to pay him the big bucks down the trail. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Asamura, as there's 2 gone here in the 5th. And am I ready to deliver? He kicks and he fires. That's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed, and Asamura's in the books. He's gone for out number 3. That's going to do it for the Eagles here in their half of the fifth. They had no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. That's the first 1-2-3 inning for Imai since the first. We'll be back in just a few, and we'll keep telling those tidbits of information when we return right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves now to the bottom of the fifth inning. And it is going to be Kishi on the mound. He'll be facing Tonosaki, Haruma, and Koga. 82 pitches through 4 innings for the right-hander, as one would have to think this might be his swan song inning. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Tonosaki tonight 0 for 1 officially. He struck out looking and walked his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Kishi kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded softly to second, fielded by Kobakata, who throws to first. Ground out 4-3. 1 gone here in the inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Takuya Haruma. But when you're a guy like Mike Trout, question is why would you sign up, or why would you commit to sign a whole lot if you're a guy like Trout, if you know you're going to be great? Same thing with a guy like Harper or Verlander. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. So those guys there, their advice is different than a ninth rounder. Ninth rounder is going to say, hey, I'm going to take the $8,000 because I may never see that again. Whereas the other one being like a guy like Harper or Verlander or top of the pick guy, as there's a fastball swung on, popped up over to the shortstop, Murray Biashi, who makes the catch and puts it away. Gone for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Yuta Koga. And so for Koga, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He has a single and 2 trips. Batting from the right side here against Kishi, who kicks and delivers. Breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. His count is quickly 0-1. As the right-hander delivers again, there's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count now is 1-1 to Koga. Well, who knows? Maybe if Kishi gives a 3-up, 3-down inning here quickly, maybe he will come back for another inning. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. Just a reminder, after this half inning, we're going to take our extended break. It's a chance for us to get to the washroom, get a drink, and come back for the back half. As the pitch is a fastball taken for a called third strike, and Koga goes in the books. He's gone for out number 3. We are going into what we call our Japanese halftime. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Through 5 complete, your score is the Lions 5 and the Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back after our extended break with all the rest of the action. We'll put the music on loop. Hopefully you guys can stick around and enjoy it with us when we return. 5-1, Lions over the Eagles. We'll be back in a bit. We got a 5-1 ball game here. We'll be back in 30 as Amaya is going to complete his warm-up tosses. We're ready to resume the action here. Just a moment. Actually, you know what? We're going to stay right here because I think Amaya's ready to go, as he is at 83 pitches here through the first 5 innings. He's going to be facing the Hardy order. It's going to be Shimauchi, Suzuki, and Watanabe here in the 6th inning. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. Count is quickly 1-0 to Hiroki Shimauchi. Shimauchi 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to second, and he is flown to left. As the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on, this is going to be lined past the glove of the second baseman into center field. Shimauchi is aboard with his first hit of the night. So he is the runner at first, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. For Suzuki, he is 1 for 2. He's got a double and 2 trips. He's also scored a run, which is the only run for the Eagles so far. But they are in tough here against Imai. Imai, as we said at the outset, he had gone at least 7 innings in all 3 of his starts, and he'd thrown well over 100 pitches in each of them. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, if he comes back out for the 7th inning, he is probably going to be north of 100 again. We'll see how the Lions brass chooses to use him. What did we say? It was 6 starts this year for him. Yep, 6 starts, 7 innings a start, 42 innings for the Lions right-hander. But they do have a 5-1 lead. I wonder if they'll take the pedal off the metal a little bit. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. Although I say that, but last week or 2 weeks ago when the Marines and the Eagles were playing, that was a week ago Friday, the Eagles left their starter Hayakawa in the ball game at 125 plus pitches when they had a 12-0 lead. So I don't know what that reasoning for that was. There's a fastball swung on a tap foul over on the first base side. The count now is 1-2 to Suzuki. Unless, of course, they felt that their bullpen needed a rest and maybe he was going to be eating and logging up the innings for the bullpen. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander leans in and he gets the side from his catcher, Koga. Here comes the 1-2 offering. And the right-hander fires it as a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined into left field over the head of the shortstop. And so back-to-back singles by Shimauchi and Suzuki have got something going here for the Golden Eagles in the 6th inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yoshiaki Watanabe. So don't go away yet, buddy. The Eagles are making some noise here in inning number 6. Well, Watanabe comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got himself a single and 2 trips. He's also popped to the shortstop. He is 4 for 10 in the 2024 season. As he bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Amai. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second. They go to second for 1, but they're not going to be able to turn to double play. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Suzuki is going to be erased 4-6. He's out for out number 1. Stopping at third is Shimauchi. And Watanabe got down the line pretty good. He is going to be safe at first on the fielder's choice. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. And Tatsumi, he's officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a triple and driven in the only run. He also grounded out to second his last time up. So Tatsumi steps into the box. He's hitting .295 with that base hit back in the second inning. As the right-hander ready to go here, he gets the sign from his catcher. Now he works himself to the belt. And here comes the offering. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Tatsumi's enjoying himself a nice season this year. He's got himself 13 RBIs in the early going. They tried him in the leadoff spot quite a bit over the last couple of seasons, and he just never was able to lock in there. They dropped him down a bit in the order, and he's been a little bit more productive. There's a pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's golfed into left field. Moving back on it is the left fielder, Kaneko. He's going to make the catch, tagging at third, and that's going to be deep enough to get the run in. Shimochi is going to come home to score, so that's going to be a sacrifice fly to 7. Another RBI for Tatsumi. That's going to cut the lead to 5-2. Shimochi crosses the plate. Holding at first is Watanabe. And it's now a 5-2 ball game here for the Saitama Seibu Lions. Let's take a quick peek at our stuff here. So this brings Ishihara to the plate. He is officially 0 for 1 tonight. He's struck out and he has walked. Batting from the right side as there's 2 gone here in the 6th. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down and the count is quickly 1-0 to Ishihara. As we gaze at the out-of-town scoreboard, no changes in the other 2 games that are currently underway. Top of the 9th inning, it's 4-3 for the Marines over the Fighters. Top of the 8th inning, it is 1-0 for the Tigers over the Bay Stars. There's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. We were looking at our picks. Our friend Tyler was in here earlier. We're talking about it a little bit. We got the Bay Stars to win tonight. They're down 1-0. The Swallows go a little bit later against the Giants. Dragons and the Carp were washed out. We did pick the Lions to win this one here. We do have the Fighters to win, and the Fighters find themselves in a deficit going to the 9th inning. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1 here to Ishihara. Top of the 6th inning. Eagles are trailing the Lions by a score of 5-2. And here comes the offering from the right-hander. And the pitch is a fastball swung on, and it's popped up foul over on the first base side of home plate. It's going to run the count to 2-2. Just talking about how much Imai has been used here over the last little bit. Certainly every outing with over 100 pitches. And every outing he's had 7 innings or more. So he's on pace for that here tonight. And the Lions would like to secure themselves a win. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled right back. Giants pitcher Tomoyuki Sagano struck out his 1,500 batter last night, the 60th pitcher to reach the mark. His first strikeout came all the way back on March 30th, 2013 versus the Carp. Sagano has been considered at one time the ace of the Giants. I think, as we've been mentioning before, that torch may be posted or passed to Soshi Togo. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Ishihara goes down on strikes. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, but the Eagles do get a run back here. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 5.5 innings. Your score is the Lions 5 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the call of the bottom of the 6th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We're glad you're with us on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the 6th inning, and slated to come to bat is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Lions. That means Sato, Murata, and the top of the order, Yuji Kaneko. Sato tonight is officially 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. He reached on an error by the right fielder and did score a run. So he bats here to lead it off against the right-hander Kishi, who is coming back out to work again. He's at 90 pitches entering the inning. First pitch fastball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the right-handed hitting Sato. Pitch is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander ready to go again. Here comes the pitch from Kishi. It's a fastball that cuts the plate in half, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Kishi rocking into the windup. He kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined right to the glove of the third baseman, Suzuki. And Sato is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Rian Murata. And for Murata, got the start at first base tonight. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. And the first pitch from Kishi is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Ironically, Kishi has retired the last 5 in a row since serving up the home run to Hasegawa. As the right-hander has delivered a fastball, it's swung on and is lifted down the right field line. It's playable, it's going to be caught in foul territory by the right fielder Ogo. That's going to retire Murata for the second out of the inning. Really, that inning where the defense had made the error would have been the third out. So you think about it, Sato made the error. The error was made on Sato by the right fielder Ogo. That would have been out number 1. Murata struck out, and Kaneko had flown out to left. That would have been a 1-2-3 inning. But because of the error, then a 2-out single by Genda and the 3-run shot by Hasegawa has given that Lions a 3-run cushion here in this one. And here's the first pitch to Yuji Kaneko. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Kaneko 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored a run. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. He's also grounded to first and has flown out to left field. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say Kaneko didn't go. That might be a little home cooking on that call. There's a breaking ball delivered by Kishi, and it's swung at wildly and missed by Kaneko, and the count now goes to 2-2. So it'll be interesting to hear. I think it looks like Amaya is going to be coming back out for another inning. He's up and playing catch in front of the dugout. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher, Kishi, who fields it. He throws to first. That is going to retire Kaneko on a ground out, 6-3. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. That's 7 in a row retired by Kishi. We are now moving to the top of the 7th inning, 2/3 of the game in the books. Eagles coming to bat 9-1-2 when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. We'll be back in just a few. We have a scoreline of 5-2 for the Lions. The back third of the ball game is just around the corner. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we got some defensive changes for the Saitama Seibu Lions. Sato is going from third base to first base, and it looks like it is Ryosuke Kadama who will take over the duties at third base. And that means that Rion Murata is out of the game. So one would have to think it's a pretty much a straightforward swap, as Kadama would be replacing Murata in the batting order, but we'll have to wait for that in just a bit to get that updated for you. So here it comes, the left-handed hitting Hiroto Kobakata to the plate, and he takes the first pitch breaking ball from Amaya outside. The count is 1-0. Kobakata batting .213 on the season, no homers and 6 RBIs. As the right-hander works to the set and now delivers. Breaking ball waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-1 on Kobakata. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-hander Amai ready to go again. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to go again as Imai gets the sign from Koga. But now the hitter Kobakata has asked for time because he feels that Imai has taken way too long. And he's probably right. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. Stopped by the catcher Koga, and that's going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. Am I ready to go again? 102 pitches here for the right-hander now. As he kicks and fires, fastball swung on, hit right back at the pitcher. Amai fields it, does a 360, throws to first, and that is going to retire Kobakata. If they're going to come out and have a look at him here, that's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3. So 1 in the books. And he signals to the bench to stay away. Looked like it might have caught him in the ankle on the comebacker. If anything, it would be the push foot. Oh, maybe not. No, it looks like it maybe just hit his pants and then the glove. So Mai is fortunate there. That brings up the top of the order in Yuya Ogo. Ogo today is officially 0 for 2. He's walked and stolen a base. As the first pitch breaking ball misses outside, the count is 1-0. Eagles now starting to run out of outs. Only 8 outs remaining here in this one, if they're going to do some damage. Here comes the 1-0 offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander. Imai works set. And now fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's gone 3-0 now to Ogo. Ogo's not somebody you want to walk. He does have wheels, and he does have a stolen base in this one tonight. Might want to take your selections of who you want to watch or who you want to walk in a different spot. There's a fastball that misses up and away. It's going to be ball 4. And that is going to put Ogo on base here with a base on balls. That's going to bring up the shortstop. It's Suki Muribayashi. And for Muribayashi, well, this ball game here tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He's flown to center, he's struck out, and he's been hit by a pitch. So the Eagles are trying to find a way to get back into this one. As I said, I think Imai's night will be done at the end of this half inning. I mean, they might bring him back, but I'd be shocked by that. Easily could see him up around 115 pitches by the time his night is done. And here comes the first offering to Muribayashi. Fastball is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Mai ready to go again as he gets himself the baseball. Looks like the Marines have extended their lead as they got a run in the top of the 9th inning. About 5-3 over the Fighters. There's a split-finger fastball that misses down in the dirt, and the count goes even at 1-1. Still 1-0 for the Tigers over the Bay Stars. That game's in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the game that we are most confident in our picks. If I look at that correctly, we said the Swallows, and they go off later tonight. Here's the pitch. The fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Muribayashi. The Lions lead it here in the 7th inning. One would have to think that both of these starting pitchers are nearing the end of their leash. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball that misses inside, but they go up with the right hand as the home plate umpire, as he said, Muribayashi offered. Count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mai looking to get through this inning. He's at 111 pitches. And here comes the 2-2. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. That's going to retire Muribayashi. That's the second time tonight he's gone down on strikes. So that's 2 in the books here, and that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Hideto Asamura. Just doing a quick count on Imai here tonight. Looks like he's got 7 strikeouts by our books. And of those 7 strikeouts, 5 are attached to the names of the first 3 hitters in the batting order. So here comes the offering now from the right-hander Yamai, who kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamai. As Asamura gets himself ready to hit again. And here comes the 0-1 offering. Boy, Yamai really works slowly when he's in that stretch position. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2 on Asamura. Almost feel like we should be calling for the tarps or a rain delay. So no balls and 2 strikes. As Yamai ready to go. 2 gone here in the top of the 7th inning. Right-hander for the Lions ready to face Asamura again. The pitch on the way. Split finger pitch swung on. Chopped softly over to third. Fielded. Oh, the throw was up in the air, and coming down with it was the first baseman Sato. That is going to do it. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3. And Asamura is gone for out number 3 here in the 7th inning. No runs in the inning. No hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score is the Lions 5, the Eagles 2. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being with us on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Kishi coming on for the 7th inning of work. Interesting. We thought we wrote him off for death in the 4th. He has retired 7 straight. He's going to face Sosuke Genda, Shinya Hasegawa, and Takia Nakamura. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Count is quickly 1-0. Genda tonight is 2 for 3. He scored a run. He has singled and doubled. As there's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball missing upstairs. The count is now 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch now coming from Kishi as he kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1 on Genda. Lots of pink today in the NPB as the 3-1 on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-2 to Genda. Right-hander Kishi rocking into the windup. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow left center field. Coming over is Shimouchi. He's there to make the catch. Genda gone for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up the big star here in this one, the pinch hitter, Shinya Hasegawa. And for Hasegawa, he's got one hit tonight. It was the 3-run blast in the 4th. He'd come on for Shota Hiranuma, who had left the game. We said we weren't sure if it was injury or if it was maybe he wasn't feeling well. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Hasegawa. So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the first base side in foul territory. Giving chase is both the first baseman Watanabe and the catcher Ishihara. But they're going to watch that sail into the seats. That's going to run the count to 1-1. And Hasegawa is going to go get some more magic spray for the bat. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Appreciate everybody who hung in with us here tonight. As we said, we felt like we were talking to walls at the beginning of the game. Now the walls have gotten a little bit bigger. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined. It's going to be fair down into the left field corner. It's going to be extra bases. Hasegawa digging for 2. Coming up with it is Shimouchi as he fires it back in. And Hasegawa has got himself a 1-out double. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Takeya Nakamura. Our friend Troy here, he says the Bay Stars seem to be swinging pool noodles tonight. Yeah, unfortunately, in that game there, I didn't expect it to be as low scoring as it was, a 1-0 ball game. That one is in the top of the 9th inning in Yokohama. They're going to have to do some last inning magic. 5-4, the Marines have the lead over the Fighters. That's in the bottom of the 9th inning. I think that game is quite over yet. And in fact, there's quite a storm going on as they got runners on the corners and nobody out. They've already cashed a run of the Fighters. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Nakamura. Shusei Minami walked to, I think there might be the bases loaded with nobody out. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nakamura as the pitch is ready to come here. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Takeya Nakamura. Only 3 games going on. 2 games were washed out today in the NPB. And the game between the Giants and the Swallows will go off a little bit later in another hour and a half. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, and moving back on it, the second baseman, Kobakata, and he's going to make an over-the-shoulder catch. And that is going to retire Nakamura for the 2nd out of the inning. What I look like, a question over help, MJJ says, how many people are on base for the Chiba Lotte Marines? Take a look. It looked like the bases are loaded. So I'm curious to see. They had brought in Masuda for Sawamura to try to close that one out. He's not exactly getting the job done, that's for certain. So 2 gone here, runner at second. And they do have a conference on the mound. I wonder if they're going to take the ball from Kishi. I think they may here, as it is supposed to be Shuta Tonosaki coming to the plate. And they are ready to make a change. So that's what it looks like here. Kishi his night is about to be over. Hey, tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. I think that we're going to be seeing the end of him. And it is exactly as his night is done. And we'll come back and get you that pitching change here in just a few. We'll try to get some more information on that game between the Marines and the Fighters when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We're just trying to check out what's going on in that Fighter Marine game. As that game is in the bottom of the ninth inning, Marines have a 5-4 lead. The bases are loaded. There is one out, and it is at the plate. Oops. Trying to give you a little gauge on that one. Looks like it is either Nakajima or Kato. As we're just taking a quick peek in at that one there, it is a very interesting piece of the game. We have Shuta Tonosaki, who is, looks like they're going to put him aboard to face Takuya Haruma. So intentional walk there to Tonosaki as he is aboard. Now they're going to be facing Takuya Haruma here. And Haruma is 5 for 10 on the season. He's got a couple of hits tonight. He's 2 for 3. As they have the left-hander who is in the game specifically for that reason. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and chopped foul behind home plate. 1-1 to Haruma. The pitching change here is Shuto Sakurai, who has come on in relief. It's the first time I think I've seen him this year. So the lefty Shuto Sakurai on the mound. And here's the pitch. The fastball misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Overhelp MJ says, Chiba have 1 out. Are they still up 1? Yeah, they were still up 1. As I say, we'll have to bounce back and forth to do it. It looks like it is Tori Fushimi got himself a hit here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit into left field, fielded by Shimauchi. The throw to the plate, and it's not going to be in time. It looks like that is going to be an RBI single for Haruma. As Haruma has now cashed in another run. That's going to increase the scoreline to 6-2 for the Lions. So Hasegawa comes in to score. That's run number 6. Looks like Tori Fushimi has tied the ball game up in that bottom of the ninth inning. The Marines and the Fighters. That is where they stand there. It looks like the bases are still loaded. The infield is in for the Marines as there's only 1 out. As we're peeking in on that game here while we're giving you the call of the Lions and the Golden Eagles. Got games in the bottom of the ninth inning. It looks like that is going to be, I think that's Mizuno coming to bat. I don't have my game sheets in front of me here. So bases are full of Fighters in that one. There's a pitch delivered. We're trying to give you both. They do have the play at the plate is under review as the catcher felt that he had applied the tag. That's in the game with the Lions and the Golden Eagles. And he is safe at the plate, as we would have expected there. So we'll keep an eye on that game with the Fighters and Marines. And it looks like that game is going to be over. A base hit into right field, and the Fighters are going to walk that one off. So a 6-5 victory for the Fighters in that one. We're not going to go any further to that. That ball game is now officially over. Overhelp MJJ says, what app are you watching it on? Well, it really depends on what country you're in, because sometimes you can get feeds in different places. So I guess the first question I'd ask is, where are you located? So runner at first is Haruma. Runner at second is Tonosaki. Sorry, runner at third is Tonosaki. There's 2 gone here as it is Yuta Koga, the catcher, batting. The pitch on the way as a fastball swung on its pop foul behind home plate. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Keep our eye not only on that game, but also on the Bay Stars and the Hanshin Tigers. Game is now in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 1-0 scoreline for the Tigers in that one. There's a fastball swung on its chop foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2 on Koga. It looks like that game may have ended 2 in Yokohama. Bay Stars had 2 aboard with 2 out. Shugomaki ended up, 1 aboard with 2 out. Shugomaki had popped to the catcher to end the inning. That was going to do it. There's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up to Koga, and the count now goes to 1-2. Friend Tyler says Psyche for Hanshin just went the complete game. Tough loss for Yokohama. Yeah, at home too. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty works to the set. Sakurai ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler says getting shut out at home always stings. It does. I was in Yokohama last year and they got shut out at home. It was Shota Imanaga was pitching for the Bay Stars. I think it was 5-0 victory. The Carp beat them. Here's the pitch. And that's a fastball that misses down. It squirts away from the catcher. It's going to allow the runner Hiruma to advance to second base. It's going to go down as a wild pitch. It's going to run the count full to Koga. Friend Tyler says, good baseball all night, though. The Fighters win on a walk-off. Indeed it is. So runners at second and third, 2 gone, 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Koga. Bottom of the 7th here for the Lions. We'll take a timeout after this half inning. We got to go get another drink. Fastball swung on, grounded to short. Murray Biashi boots it. He throws to first. And it's still going to be in time. I wonder if the Lions are going to look at this one. We'll hang tight for just a moment before they go upstairs. Are they going to take a peek at it or not? But nope, looks like it's not. It's going to be a ground out 6-3. Murray Biashi had bobbled the ball. Then he fired it across the infield to be able to retire the catcher Koga. And that is going to do it. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. It's time for us to go grab ourselves another drink, but we're going to leave you with our friend Matt again to take you through it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat here for the Golden Eagles in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Shimouchi, Suzuki, and Watanabe. As it is now a 6-2 lead here for the Lions. And we'll take a look here if they're going to stay with Amai or if they're going to the bullpen. It looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Looks like Matsumoto is coming into the ball game. He's making his 6th appearance of the year. He's got an ERA of 184. So we have to get ourselves the top of the 8th all queued up for you. And as we move off of the bottom of the 7th inning, 6-2 is the scoreline in this one. We are adjusting and updating our ticker. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Lions, 2-5 and 1 for the Golden Eagles. So Tyler says, ticker update. There you go. So Matsumoto, the reliever, in for the Lions. 6-2 is the lead. As we are ready to resume the action, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Shimochi. Shimochi 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also scored a run. As the right-hander delivers a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right now, this is the only game that is going on in the NPB. The other 2 games are finals. 2 games were rained out, and the Battle of Tokyo will take place in another hour and 20. Fastball misses outside. They appealed to the third base umpire, but Shimochi didn't go. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Eagles' left-handed hitting left fielder. Shimochi using his regular tone bat. He's not using the pink ones. Fastball misses upstairs. Is now 3-1. Some hitters may not choose to want to swing the pink bat, as they are sometimes superstitious, or at least in their own routine. There's the pitch. It's a fastball, and it misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. Shimochi is going to be aboard with a walk, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. So Wataru Matsumoto walks the first batter he faces. That'll drive a manager insane. Walk the first batter that you face when you come into the ball game. Your relievers have got to throw strikes, especially with a 4-run cushion. You don't want the other team to walk around the base paths. Our friend Tyler says he hopes the Swallows can put up a fight. Well, that's pretty tough. I think it was Sagano yesterday and Togo the first day. They're running into 2 pretty much aces. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field past the first baseman, Sato. And stopping at second is going to be Shimochi. So Suzuki's got his 3rd hit of the night. So Daichi Suzuki making Matsumoto pay. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yoshiaki Watanabe. Tyler says Murakami put him in the groove last night. I bet he did. So Watanabe stepping to the plate. 4 for 11 on the season. He's got a single in 3 trips here tonight. He's got a pop out to short, and he bounced into a fielder's choice. Our friend God is great, still listening in the background. And Tyler says going 0 for 4. Breaking ball, waved that and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Watanabe. Well, we certainly missed on the Bay Stars game. That's a tough one. So far, so good on the Lions, picking the Lions to get a win here tonight, but we also whiffed on the game between the Fighters and the Marines, with the Fighters coming back there to get themselves a victory. So no balls and one strike as Watanabe waggles the bat here, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Matsumoto. Here comes the 0-1. Pitch on the way, breaking ball down. Nice stop there by Koga. Count runs even to 1-1. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Eagles have a couple of runners on with nobody out. It's been a walk and a knock for the Eagles here so far in the top of the 8th inning. Another beautiful pitching performance from Tetsuya Imai, looking to extend his season record to 3-0. Tyler says, I took the Fighters. I thought I took, for some reason, the Marines in that one. I have to go back and look at my picks. Yeah, I guess we did take the Fighters. There we are. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Counts 1-2. Fighters and Lions. If the Lions come through, we'd hit both of our Pacific picks. We had the Bay Stars to win tonight. But we also made our best pick is the Swallows. So hopefully the Swallows will do their part and get us a victory. And we could be 3-4. Yeah, right now we are 2-1 right now. We get ourselves a Swallows victory tonight. We'll be 3-1. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Watanabe goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Been running kind of hot, cold lately. We've had some nights where we were like 3-1 or 4-2, and other nights that were 2-4 or 1-5. It's been a bit of a bizarre little bit here, the way we've ebbed and flowed back and forth. I was talking about earlier about the difficulty of not knowing the lineups until an hour before the game. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is 1-0 to Tatsumi, basically making the picks mainly on the pitching, the use of the bullpen. All the players are being rested potentially. But again, if we were doing it within the hour before the game, I would like to hope statistically we'd probably be better. Here comes the 1-0 offering. Pitch on the way. It's a split finger pitch, misses down. The count's 2-0. That right there is a good example of where Tatsumi is coming from. A couple of years ago, he would have swung at that pitch. Now he's starting to show the discipline to stay back. Tyler says, can't feel bad about the Bay Stars. Pitcher went crazy. Trouble scoring runs. I heard Tyler Austin is making his way back. He'd popped a hamstring early on in the year. So it looks like he's going to be back in the lineup there. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Now it's 2-1 now to Tatsumi. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Tatsumi tonight has a triple and a couple RBIs. He's actually driven in both of the Eagles' runs tonight. Tyler asked if I saw the injury in the Swallows game yesterday. No, I haven't. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Today was actually a busy day. Tomorrow's even busier. I'm not going to get a chance to catch up on some of the things I need to do, as we'll be quite busy on field. Fastball swung on, hit into deep center field, drifting back on it and underneath it and making the catch as the center fielder Hiruma, as Tatsumi is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. Tyler says number 9 for the Swallows got an infield single and then was carried off on a stretcher. No, I didn't see that. Sometimes there is some drama in Japan. Carry a guy off on a stretcher, and it's only because he popped the hamstring. Well, looks like we've got ourselves a pinch hitter here as coming into the ball game. This is going to be number 4. This is Toshiki Abe. So Abe is going to be coming in to pinch hit for the catcher Ishihara. So Abe ready to go here. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Runner at second, Shimouchi. Runner at first, Suzuki. 2 gone here in the 8th. The Eagles are running out of outs. Right-hander Matsumoto ready to go again. 1 ball and no strikes. He's had a hard time getting ahead in the counts on the hitters. And the 1-0 offering on the way. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is popped up down the left field line. Giving chase is Genda, and he's going to watch it hit into the netting. And that's going to run the count to 1-1. Tyler says it might have been a hamstring. Yeah, that's usually the case sometimes. A little bit of drama. Not necessarily the injuries. If it would have been a knee or a kneecap or possibly an ankle or some sort of, I would call major injury, yeah, you can understand the stretcher, but sometimes there's a little bit too much drama. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Abe as the right-hander holds set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Abe. Tyler said it seemed to be a serious injury. That's unfortunate. Never like to see guys go down, especially sometimes on their own accord. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And there is a changeup that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Abe. Right-hander Matsumoto goes down and gets the rosin bag, rubs it up. We're ready to go here again. I really kind of wish in some ways I could have been on that game earlier because it would have wrapped up. But this one here just played into our timetable. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-2. In fact, I thought the Fighters game was going to be a 10 o'clock Pacific start, which is why we originally had that, and then we had to change it out to this one here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Abe. Waiting on deck is Kobakata. 2 gone here in the 8th inning. As Matsumoto is going to be delivering pitch number 20 of the inning. Now time's been called behind home plate as the pinch hitter Abe decided to take a 2 out. Make the pitcher think about it a little bit longer. So here comes the 3-2 offering as the right-hander works set. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Matsumoto unconventionally kind of does his job. The first 2 hitters get on board, and then he retires the next 3 in a row. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left. Moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, it is 6-2 for the Lions. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change for the Golden Eagles as they're going to a right-hander. This is number 61, Takuma Matsuda, as he will be taking over. He's going to be the third pitcher used tonight by Tohoku. So that is Takuma Matsuda on the mound. And he's going to be entrusted to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order. Means it's going to be Sato, and it looks like there's a change with Murata, as we mentioned. So we'll get that for you as it comes available here. So Sato and then Kadama. And then the top of the order, Kaneko. Just making our notes here in our score sheets. And the first pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses upstairs. Count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sato. We're here at the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Golden Eagles and the Lions. 6-2 for the Lions. They're batting here in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander works to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle into left center field for a base hit. Sato was aboard with a leadoff single, and that's going to bring up I wrote down Sato's name twice. It's going to bring up Ryo Kadama to the plate, or Ryosuke Kadama. As this will be his first at bat of the ball game. He came on to replace Rian Murata. So for the youngster here, he is 1 for 6 on the season. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. Batting 167 is Kadama. And he is going to be squaring to bunt here in this situation. He's not a big guy. He's about 166 centimeters tall. What that translates out into feet and inches. Sometimes I can do it off the top of my head, and tonight, right now, not so much. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball. They say he offered at it, and the count is quickly 0-1. So just getting a quick check on his height. They list him at 166, as I said, centimeters. It looks like it's about 5'4". There's a bunt. It's down the first base line. It's a good one. Fielded by the first baseman, who throws to first, or to the second baseman covering. So that's going to go down as a sacrifice. 3-4 on the putout. Nice job, Kadama. He gets the job done. He moves Sato into scoring position. He's going to bring up the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko. So if he's 5'4", I believe it, because he doesn't look that big. As Kaneko strides to the plate, he is 1 for 4 in this one. He singled and scored a run. He's grounded to short, grounded to first, and lined up to the left fielder. Batting an even 260 on the season. And here comes the offering from the right-hander, who delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1 to Kaneko. So no balls and one strike. I have to tell you, I really like this stadium, other than the fact it's an open-air dome. It's kind of a neat place to see a game. Now, as a matter of fact, that dome, if I'm not mistaken, was added later over top of an old stadium. Kind of a neat project. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is, as the left-handed hitter waiting at the plate. As the right-hander ready to work again. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count is 2-1. I have to tell you, I get frustrated watching the relievers not being able to throw strikes. It drives you absolutely insane. After half innings, Sakurai came into the ball game, and now he intentionally walked the batter. But Matsumoto had walked the leadoff batter. So anytime that happens, it just drives you nuts. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-1. They do have the open base over at first base. Sosuke Genda waits his turn on deck, but you want to face Genda, who's got a couple of knocks tonight. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's the right-hander ready to deliver. As Matsuda holds set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped softly down the first base line. Fielded by the first baseman who steps on the bag. I believe that's Abby, who's in there now for Watanabe. Or check that. Abby had come in for the catcher, but not sure if he went into first base. And if Watanabe had left, it didn't quite look like Watanabe. That's a ground out to 3. 2 outs here in the inning. Advancing over to third is Sato. It's going to leave it up to Sosuke Genda. Genda tonight has had a nice line at the plate. He's got a couple of hits, a single, a double. He scored a run. He's also flied to right and flied to left. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Take it for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander working to the set. Here comes the pitch to Genda. Fastball just misses outside. The count's even now at 1-1. I always get a kick on some of our comments on some of our shorts where people like to come in and say that the K-zone really isn't real, which is fine. As there's a split figure pitch swung on, it's popped up on the left side of the infield. Moving over and making the catch is Murray Biashi. I'll come back and talk about that in a minute. But that is going to do it. They threaten, but they don't score. Lions, no runs in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. Their score is the Lions 6 and the Eagles 2. I'll come back and talk about that in a couple minutes. And we're almost done here tonight, guys. It's been a bit of a dirge here for me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Shinsuke Sato coming on in relief. He is going to be the third pitcher used tonight by the Lions. He is looking to seal the deal here. As our friend Tyler was listening, if we get the win here tonight, we'll be 2-1 with our picks. With that game between the Swallows and the Giants to follow a little bit later. That's going to come up in about 55 minutes' time. So Sato's completed his warm-up tosses. The left-hander, he's going to face Kobakata, Ogo, and Muribayashi. So the 9-1-2 hitters to come to bat here for the Golden Eagles. And they're half of the ninth inning. Once this game is done, we're not really going to do a full recap. We've talked about the other games through the night. We are going to wrap it up at our end here and call it a night. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside. Ball 1 to Kobakata. Not sure if sometimes my father listens into the games, as there's a fastball swung on and it's grounded foul over on the first base side. Count is 1-1. Doesn't always do it late night, but he did pop in last night, not into the stream, but he said he was listening for a bit. It is a 3-hour time difference from where I'm at to him on the East Coast. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and it's lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. Count goes to 1-2. Got a 4 a.m. wake-up call from him in the morning last night. Back-to-back nights. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball. Waved at and missed. Kobakata goes into the books. They're going to throw down to first base, but he is gone. Strikeout out number 1 here in the ninth inning. It brings up the top of the order in Yuya Ogo. Ogo comes to the plate. He is officially 0 for 2 in this one. He's walked a couple of times and he's stolen a base. So the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sato looks pretty smooth. Ogo's average has dropped below the 300 mark. He is batting .299. With the 1 homer and 9 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes here. Lefty-lefty match again as Sato ready to go. Here comes the pitch as he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count goes to 1-2. Shortstop Muribayashi waits his turn on deck here. But the Golden Eagles need runners, and they need them quickly. So here comes the offering from the lefty, who works himself set, kicks and delivers. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. He wanted that one. Sato kind of looked like he was jumping off the mound, thinking that was going to be strike 3. But probably a good call by the home plate umpire, as it did look like it was off the plate. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Sato kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on, popped up down the right field line, giving chase. And with room to make the catch is going to be the right fielder, Hasegawa. That is going to retire Ogo for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and now they're down to their final out are the Golden Eagles. It's going to be Itsuki Muribayashi coming to the plate. Muribayashi is 0 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 strikeouts, a flyout, and he was hit by a pitch. So far it has been a rather quiet ninth inning here for the Eagles, as the first pitch to Muribayashi is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Sato kicks and delivers. Breaking ball that misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-hander ready to deliver again. He kicks and he fires. Fastball, take it for a called strike. And now the Eagles are down to their last strike. As there's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Maribayashi. Again, the lefty, Sato shakes off his catcher, and now he gets something he likes. Here we go. Here comes the pitch. As they kick and deliver, it's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the right field line. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the right-handed hitting shortstop of the Golden Eagles. So here comes the 1-2. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 2-2. I don't know. You're up by 4 runs here. I think I throw this guy a cookie and see what he can do with it. Oh, certainly don't want to walk him. Let him swing the bat. Good things happen usually for the defense. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sato kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. Count now goes to 3-2. Well, Sato has not exactly been around the zone in his 3 batters that he's faced, but he has been able to get the first 2. And now he's looking to seal the deal here. Here comes the payoff pitch. As the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to get lined into left field for a base hit. That cookie came about 5 pitches too late. Maribayashi keeps the Eagles alive. It's going to bring up Hideo Asamura to the plate. And for Asamura, he is officially 0 for 4 tonight. Struck out twice, flown to right, and grounded to third. So the big fella comes in. He's hitting .234 on the season. 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. Asamura, a little bit slower pace than last year, but he still is in scoring position when he gets to the batter's box. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Asamura. Peel over to the first base umpire. Let's see what happened there. We missed the call. The first base umpire wants to go home. He called that one a strike. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Lefty works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch, the 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and in. It's now 1-2 to Asamura. Eagles fans cheering right to the bitter end here. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Asamura. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, Genda, who takes it and steps on the base. That's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to go to 6 for the 3rd out of the inning. That is going to do it here in inning number 9. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your final score is the Saitama Seibu Lions 6, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Thanks again, everybody, for listening in with us tonight. As we said, we have covered the other two games. The two games were a washout, and that is going to do it here tonight as the Lions have a 6-2 victory over the Golden Eagles. All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening. We appreciate you guys for being here. Have a great night, and we will see you again later in the week.